Thanks, John, and thank you for everybody listening today. As a general rule, I actually think the Kenny government did a pretty good job on the money side of education. I am reluctant to change funding models for public institutions that rely so heavily on the budgets. Obviously, they can't do the work they need if they don't have predictability, and that's very important, especially when it comes to discrepancy in funding between the different education models. And I'm a big believer in choice in education, so my desire would be to be along the hybrid voucher model would be something I would see a move towards, the opportunity there. And yes, a weighted moving average model is not as good for growing schools. And being from Fort McMurray, I understand that because I stayed in a lot of trailers and over the years when I was doing my primary school and my elementary school. But, you know, I think that growing schools are the minority right now in Alberta. I think that the opportunity exists to find a way to do an outside the funding model supplement of some kind, especially for obviously growing schools that need that. They need to find money somewhere, and I think that opportunity needs to exist for them. But you know, my mind always comes back to Alberta's economy, and I'm reluctant to, and I need to remind everybody that what goes up must come down. And during times of great economic boom, we have to make sure that we don't live outside our means, so that when we can't afford those expensive government opportunities, we don't get saddled with a whole bunch of debt from bad government decisions. Because bad decisions, it's not just about talk, it's about bad decision making that will lead us to a situation where our families don't have the quality of life, don't have the education, and don't have the choice in education because we simply can't afford it. I think for the time being, we have to stay with the current funding model and explore ways as much as possible that we could put more weight on choice in education, more weight on parents who should be in charge of their education, but never forget in huge parts of rural Alberta, there is no choice in education. We have the education we have, and we have to explore the opportunities for rural Albertans to not have to depend on infrastructure for choice in education. And that means homeschooling and other models, charter schools that are available as much as possible. So school choice is more of an issue for the big to medium-sized cities, centers, but I would like to see it right across the province.